Okay, it's time for another classic then. Let's have a look at Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton. I'm going to mostly be around my middle finger and my index finger, I think. But I'm going to shove them up here so you can see. But obviously when you're playing it, have it down by the sound hole because you get more volume. But okay, we're going to go from here and following the tab basically. So 5, and I put all 3 on. You can't hear these 2, but they're there for support so I can bend up. And you're going to go... So you're bending up, that 5, go up, bring it down, hit the 3. You can hammer on the 5 if you want, or you can just play the 5, that's fine. So you'll go. So keep the pressure down, that is key, because if you take it off, you get this. And it will stunt it, so you don't want that to happen either, which will happen if you're not squeezing. So squeeze, just to reiterate, my thumb is behind, it's not up here, because you just can't get the traction. So you need the pressure. You're not pinching, you're squeezing really. You're squeezing and you're shoving. Squeeze and shove, okay? 5, keep the pressure down. 3, 5, you do it again. This time it's a 4. Then you do it again, one more time. Next string down, I'm still using, oh no, I've gone over to a ring finger. 2, 3, sorry. Reach over to 7. Come back to 5. So again, from that 5. That was my index finger, by the way, on this finger. Okay. Oh, look at that. What a freeze frame. Alright, so that's your first riff, okay? The nice, easy one. And all the chords in this are absolutely gorgeous. Lovely and friendly. G's to D's to C's. That's the better strumming pattern, actually, I should say. I'm going to talk a bit about the riff, and then I'll come back to the strumming pattern, because there's another riff in it right at the bottom, the really cool one, okay? Not that the other one wasn't cool, but you've got the same thing again. And then you have what I call a hick bend, and I know I shouldn't call it that, but I don't know, to me it sounds like someone going doo-da-doo, and then for some reason I call that a hick bend. I don't know, I'm sorry about that. Sorry, all of you. Bloody English. Okay, so you keep the pressure down, bend up, and the 5 is behind it. Bring it down. Oh, without clipping that string. You don't want to get that. And then back to 3. So let's do that again. Okay, so up. Little one behind it. Bring it back down. Good. And then you have some slides, 5 to 7. And then you just land on 5, okay? So let's do that again. You're going to go... which is what we just did before, and then we're going up for our hick bend. I know I wiggle, sorry, that's a bad habit of mine, I just like doing it. To wiggle, if you want to wiggle, all I'm doing is just pressure down, and it's sort of in the fingertip, not so much the whole hand. I know my whole hand is moving, but I'm not going, because that really hurts actually. It's just a quick, ooh, yep. And then your 5 to 7, like I said, just a quick little slidey up. Okay, so let's talk about that strumming pattern again, because I know you're going to get that solo, don't worry. The hardest thing in it is the hick bend, which I'm sorry I keep calling it that. I really need to come up with a better name for it. Suggestions are welcome. So you're going up, little finger. The main thing is you've got to not bend that up. When I teach this to people, I find they go, and then they get a bit confused. This one has to stay in place, this one goes up. Okay, that's the hardest part. You'll be fine. If you get that, you'll be fine. But the main riff is lovely, isn't it? That's great. Okay, so strumming patterns anyway. So I tend to go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. Just gives a nice lazy rhythm. If that's too much, right, and you just want something simple, you could just go, I should try and get this more central, shouldn't I? That's easier to see. So you could just go down, down, up, 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 down. that's a nice friendly way of doing it. You can also finger pick this one because it's just nice, isn't it? It's kind of up to you what pattern you use. That one's quite a nice one. So you go in this pattern, you go index finger, middle finger, ring finger. If that's really uncomfortable for you and you're not used to doing that with these fingers, use your thumb. Just go thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, index. And I'll try and land more neatly on my D. Just because it's pretty, isn't it, if you can finger pick it. I try and think of it as a pendulum swinging. Just to help you look. I'll rock for you, then you'll get an idea. Pendulum swinging. And the scariest chord in this is an E minor, so it's not that bad. And looks like, I'm just looking at the sheet, you always get into it after a G, which is nice. So you can, if you find that that's your natural G, like it is with me, you could just flatten that, swap it in, and then just turn it into an E minor. So I know that that looks like an awful lot. Now you're like, but hang on though, Rose, it's only like 3 notes and they don't look like that. It's because that's the note you're holding down. But if you've gone from a G, there's your G, and there's your E minor. It's a 1 note difference. E minor is the relative minor of G major. So that because they're related, there's literally a 1 note difference between them, just like C and A minor. It's almost the same chord, yeah? So that's my top tip, getting into that. So I'll show you what I mean. I think I'll finger pick this to give you an idea. So it's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. And then the riff comes in. Sorry about that, I did do a little bit of a fluff there. If you're gonna strum it, let's do the easy strum for you. I'll do the next bit. We go to a party and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady that's walking around with me. And then she asks me, do you feel alright? And I say yes, I feel wonderful tonight. Then it has a backwards G for a G7. But if you struggle to get to that, just keep down that G. As I always say, 7s are a slight difference. And if they're making your life a misery, just keep the main chord down. Just keep down twice as long, that's fine. And I'm looking and there's nothing else that's frightening. So it's all good. It's a nice friendly song to try. Let's keep going. We're halfway through. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes. And the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you. And the riff comes again. Do, 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 do. It's time to go home now, and I've got an aching head, so I give her the car keys. She helps me to bed, and then I tell her as I turn out the light, I say, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. Oh, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. There's that funny riff with the hick bend in it. Says do 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 do. Then back to Do 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 do. There you go. And I'm not sure if I did do it, but I should also talk about this funny C that I do every now and then. I like this C, but this one's even better. It's just so pretty. I'm just doubling up a G, that's all. So you've got two lots of them, and it's just gorgeous. So that's what you'll, let me get them out the way. That's what you'll see me doing sometimes. Doubling up a C, give it a go. It's nice. It's a nice thing to do. So yeah, there you go though. That was Wonderful Tonight, and I really hope that helped you. Give it a go, you won't regret it. It's a good one.